All right, let's talk about building a resume. If you're out there applying for jobs, you might think you're just trying to impress a person, but you're not. You're actually up against this invisible gatekeeper first, a robot that decides if you're even worth a human's time. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and give you the exact formula to beat it.
So I want to start with a number that should honestly stop you in your tracks: 75%. Just think about that for a second. 3 out of every 4 times you hit that submit button on an application, this number is working against you.
Because 75% of all resumes are just automatically kicked out by software. They never even make it to a real person. They just kind of vanish into a digital black hole. So what on earth is this system?
Right? What's this digital bouncer standing at the door of your dream job? Answering this one question is probably the most important thing you can do to get hired in today's world.
Okay, so this gatekeeper, it has a name. The Applicant Tracking System, or as everyone calls it, the ATS. And it's not some niche software. We're talking over 98% of Fortune 500 companies use this stuff to sort through that flood of applications they get. It's not a person, it doesn't care about your story, it just cares about data.
So here's the deal with how it works. The ATS scans your resume, it breaks it all down, and then it scores you. It's ranking you against the job description based on keywords and even your formatting. If your score is too low, you're out. It's really that simple.
But here's the good news. Don't panic. It's just a system. And any system can be figured out and, optimized. To get past the robot and actually land in front of a recruiter, you just need a new formula, one that's built for both the bots and the humans.
So let's check out this new structure. Especially if you're a student or just starting your career, this order is absolutely crucial. See how we're starting with a professional summary and then a big keyword-heavy skills section? That puts all the good stuff right at the top, exactly where the ATS and the human recruiters are going to look first. You're basically front-loading all your value before they even get to your job history.
Now let's talk about the single most critical shift in how you think about your resume. It is not a list of your old job duties. It's a marketing document. It's there to show off your achievements. So we have to stop talking about what you were told to do and start talking about what you actually did and the amazing impact it had. I mean, just look at this transformation. On the left, it's just a passive list of chores. Worked in a lab. Okay, so what? It tells the recruiter nothing. But then you look at the right. Now that is impact. It's powerful. It has action verbs. It has numbers. It has results. That is what gets you a call for an interview.
And you have to make this impact fast. I'm talking lightning fast. Studies show that recruiters spend like a mere 5 to 8 seconds on that first glance. You have zero time for fluff. Every single word, every bullet point has to land a punch. So how do you actually write these powerful, impact-driven bullet points? Well, you use the STAR method. It's a super handy framework. It stands for situation, task, action, and result. You just quickly set the scene, describe what you needed to do, explain the action you took, and, here's the most important part, you share the awesome, quantifiable result. It forces you to focus on your impact, which is exactly what recruiters are looking for. Okay, so now you know how to write stuff that will impress a human. Let's switch gears and get a little technical. We're going to talk about how to optimize your resume to get that high score from the ATS bot. The ATS has a really clear pecking order for what it cares about. Hard skills, specific, measurable things like Python or SEO or CAD, those are king. They get the most points. Job titles and your education, they come next. And soft skills, like leadership, yeah, they're important for the human, but they carry way less weight with the bot. The biggest takeaway here is you have to mirror the language from the job description, especially those hard skills. This all leads to this idea of a match rate. It's basically the grade the ATS gives your resume. And what you're shooting for, your magic number, is a match rate of at least 65 to 75%. If you can hit that, you have a really good chance of getting past the filter. But this means, and I can't stress this enough, you have to tailor your resume with keywords for every single job you apply to. And please, oh please, avoid these common formatting mistakes. The ATS is powerful, but it's also kind of dumb. It's very literal. Columns, tables, and fancy graphics can totally scramble the data and make your resume unreadable. It might even skip all the info you put in the header or footer. So keep it simple, super clean, a single column. And when in doubt, save it as a .docs file. The bots seem to read those the most accurately.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Tailoring your resume for every single job sounds exhausting. And it is. But this is where a powerful new tool comes in, artificial intelligence. You just have to be smart about how you use it.
as a strategic partner, not a crutch that just does the work for you.
AI can be a total game changer here. It's brilliant at strategy. You can paste your resume and a job description in and just ask it, hey, what keywords am I missing? Or help me draft a better bullet point here. But you have to be careful. It can sometimes spit out robotic, unnatural-sounding phrases. Or worse, it can hallucinate and just make up facts or experiences you never actually had.
So the rule with AI is really simple. Optimize, don't fabricate. Use it as your strategist to analyze job descriptions and suggest improvements. But you are always the final editor. The final product has to be 100% truthful, and it has to sound like a real person, like you.
Ultimately, you have to remember that your resume is so much more than just a piece of paper. It's not a boring history of your past. It's a persuasive argument for why a company should invest in your future. Once you understand the system, focus on your impact, and use these modern tools wisely, you can build a resume that actually opens doors. So, what story will